EA Sports. Two teams who need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Panthers going up against the Cowboys. With that, let's go out to AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Prescott on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down. Here's the offense, and I don't know what more you can say at this point in his career about Jason Witten.
You just give him full respect. This is a guy who knows how to do everything on the football field. Not just catch the ball, but huge in the run game with his blocking at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Startulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
Here we go!
Prescott from the gun on third. Throwing right, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Again to Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Again, it's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
Prescott now from the 50. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Prescott looks to throw on first. Drops it underneath to Elliott. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
2nd down, Prescott. He's got time in the pocket. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense. that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
This is Stewart. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Newton. Flush to his right. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen.
I think I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Third straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season. Not
the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
To the air again, Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Carolina. Greg Olsen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And it's up and good. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the Steel Curtain was played. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were. Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They come out here in the eye. Now Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. On third down, it's Prescott. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Prescott yet again. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. But instead, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But we're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season.
And that is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's fourth down.
Now let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Eluding the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Charles Johnson's stock in trade is coming off the edge and getting to the quarterback. He knows how to make some of those subtle moves inside to help in the run game, and he did it right there.
He's an athlete back in high school, played football, basketball, and he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Mario Addison. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and long for Prescott. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So the Cowboys will punt it on 4th down. As on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn. Taken in at the 11. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll come out in the pistol. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. On second down, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Taking on the midfield logo. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On second down, Elliott. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Complete to Jason Witten. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And you think of all the years, speaking of Witten, that he's been around, but that touchdown catch he had against the Packers in the playoffs this year, that was his first postseason career TD.
Come on. That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. Where did you get that stat?
Now, that's not as much his fault as their lack of postseason appearances, but it was his first.
That's for real? That's legit?
That is legit.
Hard to believe.
Still, this is a guy that hasn't missed a game since his rookie season in 2003.
And I don't think he's going to miss a game in 2017 either. I think he's energized and wants to come back and chase the ring.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. There's Newton now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And Ginn's got it. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now the Panthers get set, 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to account for Cam Newton on this play.
Trying to punch it in, Stewart. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Maybe an anxious moment or two when the ball was on its way, but he does find a way to curl it in.
Oh, yeah, that one definitely hugged the left upright, but he got it to go.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays? Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he cuts right sideline and some room to go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. Another pistol look here. Shift together here from the D-line. Newton on first down. Flushed out right. A dump off here to Stewart. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
first down, it's Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tyrone Crawford coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On second down, here's Newton. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down. Near the 15. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have two inbounds in the NFL.
Third and long, it's Newton. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
Now the offense lining up first and 10. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On first and 10, Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Stewart on first down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the fourth. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll come out in the pistol. One man in the backfield, Elliott. On 2nd down, Prescott again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come on, let's go.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Complete to Jason Witten. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Big 4th down conversion for the score and the defense. That is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And the tight end Olsen, right side. So the flag is for the very rare illegal forward pass penalty.
Not often that a quarterback forgets where the line of scrimmage is. They have an innate sense about it. On this play, the quarterback did.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. He hits Stewart in the flat. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And the Panthers are going to get a 1st down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They go back to Stewart on first. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
A give to Elliott running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Nice play, baby, nice play. Single.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. A quick throw here. That's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come up in an offset eye. On the counter, Elliott. And he will cross the Panthers are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. 1 man in the backfield, Elliott. In motion here is Witten. And he'll get it up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll run it now. Here's Dunbar. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So in a game that's been full of twists and turns, here's another with time winding down.
And now, as you say, time's obviously a huge factor. But all you're looking for now is 3. So one big play, maybe a penalty, and you might get that shot after all.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, on Twitter, @EAMax. NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Says it's gonna rain. Don't worry, girl, it won't change a thing. Yeah, we still got plans tonight. We're gonna kick it, that's a given. Leave your Sunday best at home. Be the last time you wear what you got on. Bikini top, cut off jeans. Baby girl, you know you're looking, man.